So here we are again, part 2. We've just spawned in. So first thing, you have to make sure you do not get spotted and find a safe place where you can check your gear and get set up. Press C to crouch, press and hold. Go prone V to change your view. Now, as you noticed over there are some zombies, so I'm definitely not going that way, but rather I'm going this way. There's a nice hut there with just one zombie apparently, and there's another one there. The first thing you need to do in the server is you need to find a place where you can shortly call home. Apart from the zombies trying to kill you, the main thing that's trying to kill you here is the weather. As you can see, it's a snow map, so it's getting very cold, and the cold will eventually deplete your vitals, and of course it will kill you. At the lower right, you can see 5 icons. The first and second are liquids and food intake, third is temperature, fourth is blood, fifth is health. The more you run, the more you sprint, the more you consume liquid and food, but you will get warmer, and blood, if it gets drained, you will start fainting. If it drains completely, you die, of course, and naturally if it drops too much, you will die as well. Um, at the lower left, you have the stamina and how much noise you are making, and the tiredness meter. In the server, your player has to sleep as well. Eventually, it will get tired and you have to put it to sleep. If you sleep next to a fire, you will get a well-rested boost as well. Where's that zombie? Okay, so I'm going to try and get into this hut without making much noise. So I can call this home for the time being. The first thing you need to do, especially when you spawn in the morning, you need to find a place where you can survive the nights. This is ideal, in fact, because it has a fireplace. I can use this to collect wood and other stuff and start a fire here. But first, let's check our startup gear. So, this is all the startup gear you have when you spawn in NitroBustersMalta. You might think it's a lot, but it's actually very little. It's the bare minimum you need to survive. Without these, there's no way to survive in the server. So first of all, I like to sort everything out so it's nice and where I want it. Um, there's the quick access bar. You can direct stuff here and make sure it's easily accessible. Where's the rifle? Here I have a rifle too. This is a signal pistol, so you can use this to signal other players, maybe that need assistance. This is a flare. Again, it's used to signal players for assistance. Let's place everything nice and tidy here. Yes, I know what you're saying. I have a problem. I need everything to be sorted according to my needs. This is a head torch. To place it there, and you put it in your hands, you can see that it has a battery. Yes, and the battery eventually will deplete, and you will end up without a light. So it's important to also find batteries in the server so you can survive. And plastic. So everything is sorted. Just to go quickly over the items: map, compass. When I press M, I get a map. and at the top I have a compass. If I remove the map and the compass from the inventory, I will have no map, I will have no compass. Pressing them will just do nothing, and you have to find your own way then. So don't lose them. You can eventually get others if you lose them or buy more, but you've just spawned in and you have to take care of everything you have. Knife and hatchet, you can do different things with these two. Basically, you cannot chop a tree with a knife, so you do need a hatchet. You can chop bushes, but they are not enough to make a good warm fire, and it will burn out very quickly. Food, water, open cans. Normally, you find closed cans, and you have to open them in Daisy. Now, you can use a knife to open a closed can, but it will waste some of the food. You can use a hatchet to open a can, but you will lose more than half of it. If you find a tin opener, then you can use a tin opener on the closed food, and you will lose nothing. Water, just put it in your hands. At the lower right is asking me to drink. Other than drink, I can also select to empty it. Why would I empty it? This is a spawned item inside your starting gear, so it's safe. But if you find the water bottle lying around, it might have contaminated water and get you sick. So it would be best to empty it and fill it up with fresh water. You can use water purification tablets if you have any. Food. This is an opened can, so I'll just eat it because my food is getting very low. Also, the lower food and hydration is, the slower your player will be. Now, when you see this stomach item, it means that your player is full. If you keep eating or drinking, it will vomit and it will end up without food and without water. And you have a Coke. Soft drinks regenerate also some of your energy. So I will not drink these now. So when the player starts to get a bit tired, maybe I need an energy boost, I will use those. Medical items, these are very few basic items. Basically, these are vitamins. It's winter, so it's important, like in real life, basically, to take vitamins. So your immune system is strong enough to handle the weather. You can get flu as well, so you can die of flu as well. Slowly, but you can. And if you have flu, you will have dizziness, you will have blurred vision, your player will get tired very easy. These are heat packs. These basically are your life and death situation. They're your saviors. If you're caught outside and you're very cold, you use these. You put them in your pants and your jacket, and they will keep you warm, but for a short while. This is this type of disinfectant, bandage, and this is a rag. A rag can be used for many things, even a bandage. It can be used to heal yourself, to cover a cut, basically, but it takes more time than a bandage. Or it can use to light a fire. Um, there's other purposes. There's a lot of different mechanics in this game, but I cannot go through all of them. Right now, let's worry about not dying. Um, Here I have some mags for our UMP. Has a mag, 24 rounds in it. You spawn in with this, and you have a silencer too. Both the weapon, the silencer, and the magazines deteriorate with time. The more you use them, the more they deteriorate. An empty mag in DayZ has to be replenished with ammo. So you take an ammo box, you have to open it and empty its contents. So we have some bullets now, and on the floor, as we can see, don't bother this is loot that is in this room. You have a piece of paper. Well, for the time being, even a piece of paper, it's worth keeping because you can easily light a fire with it. And these are matches. Honestly, right now, at this level, the matches are more important than the gun. So let me make sure I have everything in order, and I will start to look around for zombies, because ideally I need to go out and collect wood. Now that's a fast zombie, I really don't need it behind me. Zombies in the server are heavily modified as well. They're not all the same. There are many different types, all have their weaknesses, all have their strengths. There are zombies that are easy to kill, but they are really extremely fast. There are others that are slow, but can take a lot of punishment. Also, it depends where they hit them, but basically it's legs, torso, and head. Headshots do the most damage, unless it is an armored zombie. And leg shots, some of them, you can drop them to the ground, and of course they become less of a danger. So right now my concern is getting some wood. I will use my hatchet on this to gather some long sticks. I will collect these and these. I will explain the difference later. Um, the long sticks have to be chopped down to smaller wood in order to use them, but I'm not going to do that outside because, of course, oh, there's a motorbike helmet here. Of course, it's not safe. Now, in the server, you can nice neighborhood. You can find piles of firewood and you just gather firewood from them. Now, I'm using a hatchet here, I could use my hands, but if you use your hands, there's a risk that you will cut your hands. So, and cutting your hands means you will start losing blood and you would need to use a bandage. Okay, this is enough for now, and it's good that there's firewood outside so I can easily come and get more at night. And I'll start by setting up a fire in this fireplace. Don't bother about the root for now, I will explain later. So, to create a fire, first and foremost, we need to make sure the wood is adequate. I will drop the long sticks here. I can either sharpen them, sorry, or split them. You sharpen them basically to use them as a spear. It's the last resource you have if you really lost everything and you have absolutely nothing. Um, Honestly, if you lost everything and you have no weapon whatsoever, run. That's all you can do. You will not do much with a sharpened stick here, unless you're trying to hunt some animals for food. So, like in real life, to start a fire, you need different sizes of wood. You will not manage to start the firewood without having the short sticks. And you will not manage to start the short sticks without adding a rag or something highly flammable to it. So, to start making a fireplace, we put this in our hands, we take a rag, combine, and hold. Left mouse button to craft the fireplace. Now the fireplace is on the floor, I can add some more wood to it. Make sure it has at least 6 and 10 short sticks and all the rags. This way, with the matches, you can start it easily. But you will not manage to start this type of fireplace outside in the cold or if the wood gets wet. So I will take it to my hands right now and place it in the fireplace. So it's not letting me. Oh, there's a fireplace here already. Yes. So someone in the last tower placed a fireplace in this room, probably a survivor that was playing here. So in this case, basically, if I fabricated a fireplace for nothing, I would just move the stuff I had into this fireplace. If you remove everything from a fireplace, it will disappear. With the matches in my hands and ignite it. I wonder where he's gone, and I wonder whether he survived. So, staying next to a fire, you will notice the third icon, the temperature icon, will start to go up. And also, you can get too warm as well. So there's an ideal temperature to have. If you get too warm and go outside, it's, of course, like real life, it's easier to get sick. At night, having a fire inside the house can attract zombies. If they are very close and they notice the light, remember that zombies in the server at night are more aware than during the day, though during when there's the sun, basically. So you might end up needing to turn it off. To turn it off, you basically use a water bottle or an open can of soda and pour it over the fire. That wood will be very difficult to start up again because it's wet. Now we noticed that in this room there was some loot. To be honest, there's too much loot in this room. I believe that a player was here already and dropped his loot, dropped some of the stuff that he didn't need here. So I'm going to venture out a bit, and wood is not a problem because we have a fireplace and we have firewood out here. So rifle in hand. No, I'm not going to shoot. Trust me, you do not want to shoot at this level. Even with a silencer, all the silencers or the weapons are different. Uh, some silencers are very silent on some weapons, other ones are much louder still. Don't take, take care of Hollywood stuff. Silencers aren't really that silent. There are some special weapons, even in real life, that are really silent and are included in the server, like the VSSK. But still, if that zombie is really close to you, it will be aware of your shooting. We'll terminate here for now, and we'll go to part